And coming to the stream table, to a theater near you, Nickolaidis. He says, "Here I go." Okay.
Those of you who are not able to attend and are watching this competition on live stream, we sure look forward to seeing you in any of the future events. I hope you can make some of them next time. Please, when you do come over, be sure to come up and say hi to Jason and Tom and all the players.
And Coach.
And Coach. You may not be able to find me because the glare may be quite extreme. It might cause blindness.
Nickolaidis, yeah. Coach is follicle challenged.
Follically challenged. I've been that way for many years.
Means he's bald.
I used to go to a barber and pay him $10 to sit down and tell me it's over after a click, and I really didn't get a chance to relax. So I decided I'll just do it myself and save myself a ton of money.
Now, Nickolaidis on our stream table setting up a neat little shot. What it basically is Nick is going to set a cue ball. It's going to be exactly 2 millimeters from an object ball. This is in stroke category. And what he's doing is setting the one ball approximately, I believe it's 3 balls width. Oh no, actually we have the cue ball and the object ball. Let me see here. Trying to pull up the information here. Yeah, actually we have the F balls on the second diamond, which we call the sometimes our diagrams have lettered
balls going in the pocket.
Yeah, so basically the one ball is going to be the ball I'm talking about here, and it's 3 balls width away from the rail. The cue ball is 2 millimeters away from the object ball, and it looks like they're frozen, but they're not. Nick's going to impart bottom right onto this cue ball to get it to spin and draw to the foot cushion, hit the side rail, swing the stick out of the way, and pocket the ball in the side pocket. We have a number of swing the gate shots, so this is another one you can add to that list.
Oh, and you made that shot look so beautiful.
Good score on his first attempt, Nick. And that's going to be worth 10 points for this guy. 59 points for Quick Nick.
Andy scored that shot we were talking about on table 1, now leads 57-8.
57-8 on table number 1. Get you update there.
Very quickly, it's getting to where it's going to be almost impossible for Gabby to come back on him.
57-18, table number 1, which is our non-stream table. You can't see it. Dr. Q on our stream table, working on that 10-point shot of Nick's choice. And we'd like to congratulate some individuals on some great performances in the preliminary rounds. Going to run through our top 12 here, and also our discipline medal winners. Trick and Fancy Discipline, Andy Siegel won the discipline. What they did is the players went through every one of our disciplines. We have Trick and Fancy as our first discipline. Our second discipline is prop and novelty shots using bridges, chalks, racks. Third discipline is draw. Fourth discipline, follow. Fifth discipline, bank kick. Sixth discipline is our stroke category. Seventh is jump, and eighth is masse. What we do is in the preliminary rounds, based on these scores, we award discipline medals to all the players. Well, not all the players that score the best in each one of those. And so we've got some awards that will be given out at our awards presentation. Trick and Fancy, Prop and Novelty, and Follow all go to our number 1 player in the world, Andy Siegel, who's actually on our non-stream table. He scored 39 in Trick and Fancies, 36 in Prop and Novelty, and 37 in the follow category. Now, just a little note about the prop and novelty category here in the tournament. Andy and Nick actually scored the same amount of points. But what we do is we actually have some criteria for breaking a tie. First of all, we go to first attempts. They had the same amount of first attempts, 3 out of the 5 shots in that category. They each had 1 second attempt. But Andy had actually more points on first attempts with 23. That's how they broke the tie to Nick's 21. So
we have a total of 40 points that could be scored in a perfect round.
Right. So we've got 8 different disciplines, 40 points each discipline. So you could, theoretically score
40
times 8
would be 320.
320. So theoretically, you could score 320. Andy scored. Do you remember?
Andy was what, 200 and something. I don't know what the exact total was.
What did Jamie Gray score? You didn't know there was going to be a quiz, did you?
No, I didn't know. I wasn't ready for this quiz.
250 points.
250 for Jamie.
Yeah. And
he actually was leading, wasn't he not?
He was. He was leading the whole score.
He outscored Andy, who's second with less than that.
The thing is, though, Andy, though, was right on his heels, and Jamie Gray met a whirlwind in the form of Tom Rossman, and unfortunately ended Jamie's tournament this weekend. But he's had a great run of back-to-back tournaments.
He just won one a few weeks ago, too.
Oh, yeah, I know. Just unreal. Draw category. Dave Nangle, actually, a 3-time draw champion, I believe, for the Masters.
I think it is. Right.
Unbelievable. 38 points. In the bank kick category, Bruce Bartholet. Just never really got things going this weekend, but able to swing in and pick up that bank kick category for 36 points.
Tom
Stroke.
got up and made the shot.
In the stroke category, Jamie scored 36 points, and so he's got a discipline medal. And Tom scores on his attempt out there. So we'll get you updated on the score there. Massey was my first round opponent, Gilbert Olson. So Gilbert's got a Massey medal.
Got a Massey medal. Thought Tom had made the shot, but I think the ball that he whipped down in the corner failed to go, but he got the draw back and made the ball over in the side.
Now you see he's using a Dr. Popper cue on this shot.
Is he?
This is a swing the gate shot. And I think Tom watched my match against Nick earlier. Even though I wasn't able to connect on the shot, I had a really good idea, at least in my mind. That cue doesn't weigh hardly anything.
Weighs 4 ounces.
Okay.
That's a Dr. Popper.
Yep. And that jump cue out there is actually one that was made by our own Mark Dimmick.
Out of Oklahoma City.
Yep. They call him Dr. Popper. One of 3 or 4 doctors in the field this weekend. Mark has this cue out there. This Dr. Popper actually jumped from, I don't know, it looks like you're jumping as close to almost frozen to the ball. And you can clear the ball and do some really neat things with that jump cue.
I've seen him jump. It looked like there was less than a millimeter distance.
I think those cues only weigh about 4 ounces, if I'm not mistaken. And so what's going to happen is Tom, with that Dr. Popper, is able to actually swing that cue out a little bit easier than a heavier jump cue. And I think Tom actually capitalized on an early match against Jamie Gray. So, again, this is worth 10 points if Tom makes it on a first attempt. And so we'll see what's in the cards for him.
We do have, talking about that Dr. Popper stick, we have one shot that was developed strictly to be for that Dr. Popper.
Oh, that,
the one that jumps over and banks and comes back.
We've got a base. This shot, with any other jump cue, is going to be pretty difficult. There's a few out there on the market that can help and actually shoot that shot. McDermott makes a nice little jump cue, but McDermott actually was instrumental in marketing Mark's jump cue. And what the shot is, we have a row of 5 balls that's only 2 balls width from the rail. and the cue ball is actually in that area.
Goes through the rim.
We have a ball actually in the side pocket on the same side of the table. Players have to jump the cue ball over this row of 5 balls. They're less than a ball away from this thing. So they got to jump over the row of 5 balls, kick that cue ball one rail, and pocket a ball in the side pocket. Not easy to do.
Not easy to do. Very difficult.
Tom's got a chance here.
All right, and Tom got the score on it this time. There he goes.
Good score on our stream table.
Sure glad he didn't get too excited this time.
Yeah, settle down, Tom. You should really learn to let it out. We'll give him 8 points. You can dance to it.
Score now is 58-59 in favor of Nickolaidis.
58
We're looking
to
at 57 to 18 still on Andy
58
over Gabby over
for
on
Dr.
table
Q.
1. Railroad shot on table 1. Similar to the railroad shot. We're currently waiting for Tom to choose a shot.
Okay. While we're waiting for Tom to choose his shot, we're going to run down your top 12 players from the preliminary rounds. In first place, we had Jamie Gray coming out of the gate. In second place, Andy Siegel. Third place, Gabby Vashoyu. Fourth place, Nickolaidis. Fifth place, Gil Olson. Sixth place, Dave Nangle. Seventh, Abram Diaz. Eighth place, Tom Rossman. Ninth place, Steve Markle, 18-year-old phenom. Mm-hmm. And this guy started artistic pole when he was only 16 years old. Isn't that incredible?
I look for him to be one of the top players the time he reaches the age of 21.
10th position, Paul Dano in the preliminary rounds. 11th position, Tom Kinzel. And
who's that in 12th place?
Guy sneaking in at the last minute, Michigan kid.
Oh, yeah, Michigan kid. Oh, that's you, Jason.
Yep.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
One thing you're mentioning about Steve, it's age 18. Too tall, Abram Diaz is only 23. Young kids are coming in and taking over.
And I would like to send a shout out on the stream to Chris Woodrum, also known as Tricky Shot. I see you would say Tricky Shot.
Chris was on last night watching and saying hi to everybody. Chris, are you out there today?
He's out there. It's Tricky Shot right there.
Oh, there you go. How you doing there, Chris?
And, Chris is a good, well, actually, in my opinion, one of the big stroke players in the game. He can actually stroke a ball with the best of them. Big draw stroke, masse.
I first met Chris when I was up at one of the APA events at the Nationals up in August, 2-3 years ago. Got to know him real well.
And
look forward to seeing him every year. He's always a lot of fun, very helpful.
Good sense of humor too.
Oh,
he didn't mind me. He didn't mind me making fun of his accent. So
he kind of speaks with an accent of some sort. I'm not sure.
You can't sound funny.
He does.
Just kidding.
Good thing we don't have any accents. I've got this strange California accent.
You're right.
Maybe just with a touch of Okie.
California accent.
All right, what do we got here that Tom's doing? Setting up.
Being our president, so she helped organize the tournament the last 2 years. So let's give a round of applause to Stacey.
And players, you'll see the nice little part in our chairman's hair on the stream camera. Stacey Mendrick is actually the only woman that shoots actually in our pro events, and she's also called the First Lady of Trick Shots. That applause was for her and helping out
Hillbilly.
Shot Tom's working on is actually a stroke shot. We call it snap, crackle, pop, jump, nip, draw. Tom's going to hit the cue ball into the ball that's out for the 8 ball and nip draw this with tremendous amount of spin and nurse the 9 ball into the pocket. Good attempt there for Tom Rossman. And get a point total for you. I believe that's a 6-point shot if I'm not mistaken. In the stroke category.
58 to 59 is the score at the moment. Nope. Wait a minute, let me rephrase that.
6-point shot. Going to be 64 points for Tom Rossman.
There we go.
And Nick Nickolaidis moving to the table to take his hand at this little jump nip draw shot.
And this match is a very, very close match going head to head.
This doesn't surprise me one bit. And Tom actually, Tom, bless his heart, he puts himself in situations, you know, just such a great ambassador to the sport. You know, he's stretched so thin at these events between the APA booth and you know, the other things that are going on. Tom comes in 8th place in the preliminary rounds, and look, he's shooting for one of the spots in the finals.
That's right.
So
we've seen him many, many, many times in many tournaments. He walks in the door, walks over, has to shoot shot, take off, go down, and put on a quick show, shoot for someone else, comes back up. He has maybe 2 or 3 minutes to get. Hey, Gabby. A little applause over there for Gabby, who made a great shot at some point. There comes Gabby running around making a great shot over off of table 1. Little excitement. He's picking up some of Tom Rossman's excitement. Got him going now. Good thing we didn't have too much excitement over there with Gabby.
Gabby, you should really work on overcoming your shyness. First attempt for quick Nick, 6 points.
Bother, Nick at all with all the screaming and yelling. He just steps up, makes a shot.
65 for Nick Nickolaidis. 1-point match here on table number 2 of the stream. 65 to 64 in favor of Nick Nickolaidis.
Tom's hanging right there just waiting for Nick to make one mistake.
That's all he needs.
I venture to say this is going to go down to a 1-point match between the two.
Did Gabby make that shot, or is he just excited for running around?
I think he just needed a little exercise. He wanted to go out and stretch, but he didn't have a reason, so he made the shot to give him a reason to go do that.
Oh, can you give me a score over there? Tell me how much stuff he's got.
He's up to 25 now for Gabby. And wait till the scorekeeper steps on the road, and it's 57 for Andy.
Yep. All set. We're all updated here. On our stream table, we've got nothing going on at the point.
Maybe we ought to give Gabby another 20 points for running around with all the excitement.
Intimidator iShaft series incorporates a full-length carbon fiber core that results in the most radical consistent shaft on the market. From our ball-breaking big boy shaft to the surgical precise i3 shaft. McDermott Q. Hardcore performance for hardcore players. Since 1975, McDermott Q has consistently raised the performance standards for what billiard players expect from a high-performance cue. Introducing the highest evolution in shaft technology.
Until they came up with these buckets. Okay, this is a one-handed jump shot, degree of difficulty 7, jumping over the ball.
One-handed jump shot here on table number 2, our stream table. The cluster of balls is actually 2 diamonds away between the second and third rail. Whatever.
Total of 7 points for that.
Tom makes it before he can even explain it.
Well, I just say Nick coming up. You can go ahead and make the explanation before Nick shoots the shot.
I don't know. Nick's pretty quick too.
Maybe that's why they call him Quick Nick.
Okay, better get this in. 65 points is what Nick has currently. This is a one-handed spot or a one-handed jacked up jump shot. Cue ball's in the 1x1 diamond area down by the corner pocket. Attempted to jump the cue ball over 6 balls and pocket the ball in the corner pocket.
Hey,
Is that fast enough?
that's fast enough.
Easy for you to say. Sally sells seashells. Okay.
And he makes that shot rather quickly. Also 7 points.
Just can't seem to shake that 1 point advantage that he has. Tom's at 71, and we've got Quick Nick at 72.
Now, I have to
Unbelievable.
explain that shot there, Jason. It might take me just a little bit longer to do the explanation. Wake up, Jason.
I laugh when it's funny. Sorry. Gabby, our Romanian counterpart.
We had a great time. I've had a great time with
Oh,
Gabby
yeah.
over there with myself and Tutal and Gabby. We
Yeah,
just all had a lot of laughs in the same.
Yeah, you guys are in the same hotel, aren't you?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Oh, Gabby's
I
like,
could tell some stories, but I
No.
can't say them over this live stream. But they were a lot of fun.
Gabby could be a Romanian Gallagher, I think.
I tell you. He had a long time getting here too.
Yeah, Romania.
He took total 3-hour flights to take the Atlantic flight was 8.5 hours. Then he had to take a bus for an hour, and then he jumped a train for 2 hours, and then he caught a ride for another 5.5 hours just to get here.
Hmm. And that was just through Romania.
He says on his return trip he's going to go to New York. He doesn't know how he's going to get there or where he's going to stay, but he says he's going on his return trip.
There might be some guys in New York who might look for a room
So if you happen to see someone walking along the road
with pool sticks in
with
hand
sticks in hand,
and sponsor patches on
there
their
you
shirt.
go. It might be him trying to go back to New York to catch a flight. If you do, be sure to give him a little lift.
Can anybody give Gabby a ride? The answer would be no.
All right. Let's see. Oh, we're doing the stacker shot.
That's a neat little.
Little jump
Actually,
shot, you bet.
yeah, it's a neat shot actually for Nick to pick at this point. Gordon Hedges walking by our booth with food.
10-point shot. coming
Hold him
up.
down, Coach. I'll get it.
Here, no, I'll just hold it. Let me hold that for you, Gordon.
Okay, Nick, what he's going to do is hit that combination, start the object ball towards the corner pocket. While it's rolling, he's going to jump the cue ball over the rolling object ball and get the 8 out of the way. The 9 will drop to the table. And the 1 ball that he hit the first will actually pocket the 9 ball. Now, little funny story about this stacking 8 ball. I had a young gentleman, a young little boy, actually at one of my trick shot shows, and I have a stacking 8 ball. Well, I didn't really explain it or say much of anything. I just kind of stacked the 8 ball and put another ball on top of it, hit the shot, and went on with my show. I didn't really tell anybody, and just what was the deal with the stacking 8 ball. And this little guy, he could have been more than 8 or 9 years old. Yeah, maybe a little bit younger than that. Decided that he was gonna stack 2 balls on top of each other. Well, I didn't see him for about a half hour. He's still over there
Oh.
stacking balls. And I thought, oh my gosh, I felt so bad. I had a spare stacking ball in my bag. You know where that went.
Oh, yeah, better. You
Yeah,
betcha.
that little kid got a stacking ball to play with.
So, found out the secret. I'm sure he had fun showing his friends there and making them try to figure out how to stack a ball. Go again.
Quick Nickolaidis.
Oh, got into a collision.
Third attempt. The hard thing about this shot actually is you really can't control, really precisely what that cue ball is going to do
What direction it takes.
when it comes out of that corner pocket. After it pockets at 8 ball. So, if it happens to come out and carry him and hit that 1 ball, you're in trouble. Too many variables on a shot for me to shoot. But if I'm forced to shoot it, my opponent picks it. It might be a good shot in a match like this.
You can do the shot perfectly and still not make it because of that where that cue ball comes after it goes down there. There we go.
Good attempt for a quick Nick there.
Yeah.
And that was his third attempt, worth 8 points for Nick. And his score moves up to 80.
57-25. Jason over on the other table, still Andy in the lead. 71-78 at the moment. On the table we're watching on live stream.
Well, as long as Tom makes this on his one of the first 2 attempts, he'll actually either be in the lead or tied with Nick. So Nick opening the door a little bit.
This might be the opportunity Tom's been waiting on. Tom doesn't like that end of the table. Looks like he's going to the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the Masse category. After Tom shoots the shot.
Be a good time to wait until we shoot the shot before we move on.
Yeah, I'm moving. It's getting late now. I'm tired. Tired.
It's been a long week and weekend for all the players. Like myself, I arrived here last Tuesday night. We all started getting together Wednesday night down here. Changing time zones, changing areas for a lot of us, and still trying to get our bodies adjusted. Staying up till 2, 3 in the morning, getting back up at 7 or 8. Body's trying to adjust. You get very tired by the end of the week, which is where Jason, myself, and a lot of the players are.
So you hear me snoring.
We're just resting the eyes for a minute.
Rest the eyes.
I actually was talking last night, and it seemed like I started to drift off right in the middle of my conversation and caught myself and realized just how tired I was. It's probably around 12:30 last night. We actually, for those out there not aware, we actually had matches all the way up to approximately 2 o'clock this morning before we got off live stream.
Mm-hmm. Kind of crammed 3 tables worth of action into 2 tables for this weekend. So
we got out of here a little after 2 o'clock. Went down, got something to eat. Didn't get into our hotel rooms till after 3.
Mm-hmm.
Back up this morning about 8 o'clock this morning. So.
Unreal.
But we enjoy all this competition, the camaraderie with everybody, performing our shots in front of a crowd. Here goes Tom. Shoots the shot and jumps off the rail on his jump shot. On his first attempt. Now, if he shoots this and gets 9 points, I believe he will be in a dead tie. Am I not correct on that, Jason?
That's correct. Nick Nickolaidis stands currently at 80 points. Dr. Q at 71. So we'll see if Tom can close up the gap on his second attempt here on this pretty difficult 10-point jump shot. Now, I don't know how many out there knew about or know about the format as it stands right now. Players right now are working through their picks in the playoff rounds. And what happens is we've got 8 different disciplines, and we alternate who picks first in each discipline. Player 1 will pick first, let's say, in discipline number 1. Player 2 will pick first in discipline number 2. And then we'll move on.
Okay, Tom failed his second attempt. Definitely going to need to focus on this to get his third attempt.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll see Tom taking a little more time on this. He gets his full focus going. Tom's executing his third attempt now.
I'm about to fall asleep here, guys.
Oh.
No score for Tom Rossman.
Looks like Nick's expanded the gap just a little bit.
Yep, Tom currently stands at 71. Well, Nick stands at 80. And so Quick and Nick coming to the table.
Over on table 1, Jason, score is still the same. 57 to 25 favor Randy over Gabby.
And great shot. This is a jump out of the mass A, or jump out of the rack shot.
You're just going to be hearing Jason here for the next 5 minutes or so. So if you hear a little noise, that's buzzing, that might be him taking a nap. And I'm going to be leaving you for about 5, and I'll be right back.
Should have got my cue. All right, here we go. Nick Nickolaidis, no score in his first attempt. This is my favorite masse shot. Hit the cue ball down into the table. That's part of the favorite. And then jumping the cue ball out. And then where it turns around, it goes along the rail, pockets the ball in the corner. Great shot for Nick Nickolaidis. Second attempt, good dump for 9 points. I'm looking at the jump out of the masse, or a jump out of the rack masse. We'd like to send a congratulations out to Andy Siegel on table number 1. It is mathematically impossible for Gabby to catch up with Andy Siegel. And so the final score on table number 1, 64-25 in favor of the Magic Man. He'll be moving on.
Okay, how we doing, guys? I just got back myself.
Well, I
Congratulations
stayed awake
goes
for a
to
little while.
Andy. I know everyone missed me.
Didn't throw anything yet.
Hope you guys were able to hang through all that buzzing. That was
80 to
rest.
yeah.
Jason was good.
80 to 71 here on the stream table. Tom coming up on his second attempt on the jump masse.
I think he has the judge jumping a little bit himself.
Second attempt coming up for Tom Rossman. Affectionately known as Dr. Q. At this event this weekend, we have Dr. Q, Dr. Q Ball, Dr. Popper, Dr. Chin. Anybody else?
Not that I can think of. We do have plenty of doctors in the house. We need some help. If someone hurts themselves, we'll be all right.
You know, a psychiatrist is what we need. All these guys with identity problems trying to think they're doctors.
That's it.
The only actual doctor is Dr. Chin. Tim Chin, we'd like to send a congratulations out to him. He's got a PhD in material science engineering. Whatever the heck that means.
Here we go for another attempt.
Here we go, Tom.
He's out of the rack. And
Whoa.
He went the wrong direction.
Wrong way.
All right, Tom comes over and gets the ball in.
Tom, no score on his masses there.
Great job.
Still standing at 71 points. And Nick. Nick's total score. Nick's total score currently is 86 points. Sorry for missing the update there for you.
86 to 71 at the moment. See what shot Tom's going to come up with here.
And on our stream table there, we've got a couple people saying congratulations to Mr. Siegel, including Mrs. Siegel, Angie out there, and we've got Ava, actually Nickolaidis, his wife, sending congratulations to Mrs. Siegel for her husband. So they're going to move on, or at least Andy is currently moving on to the tournament, and we'll see who's going to join him in the finals. So congratulations to Andy Siegel, second place after the preliminary rounds. And we are moving on right now. And we're going to see how many shots we have left here in just a second here for you. Just give me a second, I'll get an update done for you. Trying to get that for you in just a second here.
This shot here that is attempting is a 7-point shot.
This is a neat little shot. It's actually you can actually play this in a game with 9 balls. A neat thing. The cue ball could be hit down to pocket a 1 ball and then zip down the rail to pocket the 9. So we are looking at how many shots are left. Check that. And I've got my.
All right, there you go.
Wow.
Makes the score.
Yeah, we're in Massey right now, And then we have 2 more picks for each player. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Turkey shot here on the website. But
Mark, 2 shots left.
and Tom on that shot.
Jason, we have 2 each
Right. What
left.
score? 6. Tom stands at 77 points.
7 to 86.
And that is to Nick's 86. So, got a match here, guys. Wow.
That's powerful mass A jumped over and off the table.
Jump was last discipline, wasn't it?
I'm sorry.
Jump was last discipline, right? Yeah, we're in the Mass
Yeah,
A.
it was last. We're in the mass A.
Go tell Nick. I'm just kidding.
But he was-
Nick's actually
I
got
think
it.
He was still hanging back in the jump there
Yeah.
instead of the mass A.
Nick's got one of the more powerful Mass A strokes here in the field. So
And he comes
And you
back
can see
makes
there,
a shot. Second
for
at
7 points.
6 points.
Nickolaidis, 7 points, breaking that 90 mark. 93
Getting up to
points.
92, I believe.
Yeah, 92
See
points.
if my math works.
86 and 6, 92.
What's California math?
Same as Michigan math.
Okay.
92 points for Nickolaidis.
There it is, 77 to 92.
So now what? Oh, they got to shoot some more shots.
Okay. We went through all the disciplines. We have what now? 2 choice of 2 shots left. They're
Correct.
Taken from anywhere, but they cannot take any choice of any shot they've shot already.
And also, just a little bit of point of information. In these last shots, the players can't choose 2. Well, they get to choose 2 shots, here in the last 4, and they can't choose both shots from the same discipline.
Pick one of each.
So I tried. That's all I know. I tried to pick 2 stroke shots against Gil in our match, and luckily I still had the jump mass A to go to for my last shot. So
Basically, what we're looking at too, as they went through, they made 2 choices from each discipline.
right.
And if they chose any of the tough shots, the higher valued shots, they could almost be totally eliminated and not have but one choice left.
Well, now they wouldn't have to choose.
Wouldn't have to, and I'm saying if they're really trying to outpoint their
Right, exactly. So there's only really, looking at this, with 15 shots in each discipline, which is what we've got, in our program. So we've got 13 shots in each discipline they can choose from.
And the person who's trailing is going to have to make a choice of a high point shot, and it may be one that he's not as quite excels at and able to make a tougher shot, whereas the one that's leading can choose a lower point shot that is easier to make.
Just keep scoring. Just keep scoring is the main thing in these matches. My match actually against Gil, I don't think I missed any of my shots, and that's what kept me in it. My match against Nick, I made all my shots. Unfortunately, didn't seem to connect on all of his. So that's a difference between making the playoffs and moving on and not. So.
He's making a very real shot.
This was Tom's favorite shot until 2008. It's his second favorite shot now. This is actually a 5-reel kick cut shot. And Jamie Gray actually beat Tom on this shot to win the world championships currently. He's current world championship holder. What Tom's going to do is, It's a kick shot. He's going to kick the cue ball. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reels, and cut the 8 in the corner. So we'll see what happens.
9-point shot.
9-point shot coming up. First attempt for Tom on the way. Got a chance. Oh, man. Right contact point, right aim point, and just came up a little too short on that.
There's many factors on this shot. Too.
Unbelievable.
It is just so hard.
That's why it's a 9-point shot. On some tables, it shoots almost like an 11, because some tables you actually have to put inside English on this ball. And speaking of inside English, we'd like to thank them for helping us get the stream going this weekend, as well as McDermott Hughes.
Hey, that was a good segue.
Second attempt coming up
Here
for
we go.
Tom
Second
Rossman.
Coming up. Did he get it this time? Oh, well.
Nope. Third attempt coming up for Dr. Q. Dr. Q is one of the better bank artists in the billiard industry. He actually has something he invented a long time ago called Banks, Kicks, and Tricks. Banks, Tricks, and Kicks. Tricks, Kicks, and Banks.
Here we go. Coming at the third time. Here he comes. All right. He got it on the third attempt. That gives him 7 points there. Great shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ain't done yet. 92 for quick Nickolaidis. Easy for me to say. Dr. Q at 84 points.
Still be anybody's game.
Yep.
We shoot that shot in some of our tournaments where they put what we call cheater ball, an extra ball there to help it, and it is still a very difficult.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
This is one I think is what should be a much higher scoring shot because of the difficulty.
Yep.
So many factors involved in them.
Tom hits it. Doesn't look like it's too much of a problem. Once again, we'd like to thank, while Nick's getting everything set up and looking at his notes, we'd like to thank our sponsors for the stream and allowing us to come to you actually live and in Memorex later on Ustream. McDermott Hughes. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, stop looking at it. You missed it. McDermott Hughes, Fiddlesticks Billiard Cafe out of North Canton, Ohio. The pro down there is Chris Sutter, so stop in and say hi. Zuter. I'm sorry, Chris. Chris Zuter. And stop in and say hi to him. One Shot Billiards out of New Jersey. And BilliardCommunity.com. BilliardCommunity.com is kind of like Facebook for billiards.
Coming down.
What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this?
Poof! Right, looks like he got it on his second attempt. What a shot.
Poof!
8 points there.
First person we've had break 100 in a match. That's not good. It's not good for Tom. He'll come back. Moving right along, people. We have a
Nick now is making the choice.
6.
After the conclusion of this match, we're going to be proceeding right with the finals. We're just going to do a little reconfiguration up here, and then we're going to go right into the finals. So hope you guys all stick around for that.
16-point shot. 16 points separate our two players here. And we are down to 2 shots.
2 shots left.
Now, let me actually set the stage for you here. Nick is at 100. Tom is at 84. And what Tom needs to happen, Nick needs to miss every one of his attempts for Tom to have a chance at catching him right now. If Nick makes any one of his attempts, the match is over.
He can choose a 6-point shot and hit it on the third attempt
And still
win.
And still, it's mathematically impossible for Tom to catch him at that
Which
point.
shot is Nick taking now?
This is
taking it very low.
little strategy here employed by Nick Nickolaidis.
Very makeable shot.
Mm-hmm. case. Yep.
Quickly resets, hits the 2 balls frozen down there, and the 2 balls frozen was going before the 1 ball.
Gonna predict he's gonna make this in the first attempt.
There it is.
Congratulations to Nickolaidis.
Nickolaidis.
First attempt for 6 points.
Tom shooting the shot.
First attempt coming up for Tom Rossman.
Oh, 3 shot, okay. 3 shots.
Who told me to? We got fed some false information. Excuse me. There is 3 shots left in the match. Tom, no score on that attempt. Second attempt worth 5. You'll have to excuse me for the error there. And Tom's seeing if he can make that third ball there. Difficult shot of these tight pocket diamonds. Trying to put 2 and 3 balls at a time in some of these tight pockets. But really have to thank Diamond for helping us out by providing the tables for the Billiards Expo this weekend. Looks good.
Oh, still a hanger.
Could have looked better. Third attempt coming up for Tom Rossman. This will be worth 4 points.
Tom misses the shot. Should be over.
No score for Dr. Q.
Matches.
And we'd like to send congratulations out to Nickolaidis. Moving on to our finals. Score 106 for Nickolaidis to Dr. Q's 84. So we have the top players in the finals. And basically you have your second seed and your fourth seed from the preliminary rounds fighting their way through the playoffs to meet each other in the finals. We're going to join you in just a few minutes. We're going to go off stream for a few minutes and get everything refreshed as far as our computers. And hopefully we'll have no issues, and we'll be able to bring you nonstop action from the 2010 Super Billiards Expo and the Artistic Masters event. So stay tuned.
Also get us refreshed as well.